Hey, and good morning. We are live on Steve Shetler Media with the morning wake up, and it's 7 a.m. on the 1st of September. Let's see here. We do thank all of our sponsors for making our broadcast possible, including the likes. As you see in the corner, we've got Mahaska Drug, Miscellaneous on Main, all sorts of sponsors. Oski Dental, all sorts of folks making our broadcast possible here on Steve Shetler Media. And let's get right to it. Let's get a look at our forecast. Check this out. I'm so happy that this is happening. I figured this out last night. I got my forecast up there. Look for sunshine today and a high around 84 today. Tonight, clear skies, a low of 57. Saturday will be sunny and 91. On to Sunday, sunshine and 94. And then Labor Day, sunshine and a high of 93. And let's see, right now, let me see if I can pull up our current weather right now. We're seeing a high today again of 84, currently about 56 degrees here in downtown Sigourney, Iowa. And let's bring up our first guest for today. Well, I thought he was here. We had Wendell Campbell scheduled to come on. Wendell, I'm not sure what happened to you, pal, but you were right there, and now I don't see you. So we're going to have Wendell Campbell coming up. There he is. Let's bring Wendell on. There you go. Hey, Wendell, what's up?
Good morning. What a beautiful morning here in southern Iowa. It's my second morning sitting out on the porch drinking coffee, kind of wishing like maybe I don't have maybe an extra layer would be worthwhile here this morning.
It is. I took my dogs out earlier today and definitely needed a sweatshirt when I took them out earlier. But Wendell, you've got a huge weekend, especially tomorrow. We've got the concert on the square in downtown Oskaloosa. Tell us all about it.
We are. We're about 36 hours out as of right now. Like you said, probably one of the biggest events in Oskaloosa and really probably in Iowa. We're planning on over 10,000 people up. We've got a free concert. A couple Christian artists will be playing for us tomorrow night. Colton Dixon, which a lot of you may know from American Idol, will be performing starting at 6 o'clock up here on the square in Oskaloosa, followed by former Third Day frontman Mac Powell, probably a couple of the biggest artists that we have. All the events will kick off. Food vendors will be set up. We'll have food available around 4 o'clock. We've got 10 food trucks, plus Snowbiz and kettle corn, kids activities from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, and then music kicking off at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it's going to be a big time in Oskaloosa tomorrow night. As you mentioned, Colton Dixon, Mac Powell. Now, Mac, I actually, when I was in the radio game, I had Mac Powell in the studio with me a few years ago. He was trying out country music for just a little bit. He kind of dipped his toe into country music, and he stopped by the studios when he was in the area. So I got to interview Mac a few years ago. What a nice guy. What a down-to-earth guy. I even took time to do my Mac Powell singing impersonation to him live. and he laughed, thankfully. Otherwise, the interview would have been really awkward.
And Mac's one of those guys. His voice is very iconic within just the music industry in general. I can just really remember back to some of those first songs that I heard him performing on, and I can probably name you 2 or 3 people that just when you hear them, you just know. We talk about in music industry soul in their voice, and
yeah.
He's one that, man, he has God has gifted him with that gift, and we're really looking forward to it. A good friend of mine was at Rise Fest last summer where he was performing. He was one of the main acts on Saturday evening, and when he performed, he shot me a text and he's like, "Hey, you should really reach out and try and get this guy." Well, within about an hour, I had an email to his management people and I said, "Hey, this is our event going on," and it took a little while, but we got it worked out. So we're excited to have him, probably one of the biggest names in Christian Christian music in the last probably 20 years, and he's going to be free for everybody to come and see here in Oskaloosa tomorrow evening.
Yeah, that's awesome. So again, Colton Dixon, Mac Powell. Tomorrow night starts at 6 p.m. Now, Colton starts at 6, and then Mac is right around 7:45, right?
That's correct. They're both so it's a co-headline situation. So they're both going to be playing their full sets. You're going to get. I think you get your money's worth, but it's completely free. But you're going to get 75 to 90 minutes of each artist tomorrow evening. We don't have an opening artist because of that. We do have with two main acts. We will have to take a little bit of time for a stage change in between that, but that's where the food vendors are going to be. It's probably going to be a little warm, but that's one thing. Starting a little later in the evening. We've got food vendors with food and drinks. We've also got Mahaska County CERT team's going to be setting up their water monsters. For those of you that are familiar with the Southern Iowa Fair here in Oskaloosa, they have those available. So bring your water bottles, stay hydrated, but stay all evening and enjoy the music.
All right. It is the Concert on the Square. How many years have you guys been doing this now?
So this is year number 8,
Okay.
which is pretty amazing because the first year that Andy Baker and the group from Central Church started this, they told them, or at least a lot of people said, hey, you're creating a free event like this. If you're not going to have a beer garden and a few other things, there's no way anybody's going to show up. Well, last year, according to the numbers that we received, we had close to 9,000 people show up on our square, it's kind of crazy because we had always guessed, 2,000-3,000 is a lot of people. The square seems very full. We're able to track some of that data now through cell phone pings and data, and last year getting that number back, and we were like at 8,700 people, and we just all kind of looked at each other like, Are you kidding me? So, and this year our social media traffic with Mac and Colton. Colton yesterday just got announced he was nominated for Song of the Year with his song "Build a Boat." So I can almost guarantee that's going to be part of his set here tomorrow evening. So. It just the social media traffic, the excitement around this year is like nothing we've ever seen. So I talked to Malia the other day, and I said, I just have this fear that everybody and their brother is going to show up. And you know what? What a great testament to how well this event has been put together. God's a part of this whole event. We can't do anything. We can't do anything without Him.
Yes.
And we're just so blessed to be able to bring this to the people of Southern Iowa. And this year we've heard from people from 2 states away that are said, "Hey, we're going to be there." A show where we can see Colton and Mac and not have to pay a dime to see it. So we're planning on a big crowd. But you know what? Get there early. That's the other thing. We'll be setting up tomorrow morning, starting around 8 a.m. Sun comes up tomorrow morning. I think last year we had people setting chairs up at about 7:30 in the morning. So we invite you to come out, set up your lawn chairs, set up your blankets. Please set up as much as you would like, but please only take the area that you need because we do anticipate a very large crowd. So come out, kind of check us out. Food vendors will start setting up about noontime, but they'll be able to start selling food by about 4 o'clock.
Yeah, it should be a good time. Now, my wife and I, we're going to try to do the Iowa Hawkeye game during the midday, go to Iowa City for that, and then we're going to truck it to Oskaloosa. So we're going to get there at some point and see the concert on the square.
Yep, coming in hot, and then we'll be music will be playing until about 10 o'clock anyway. But we realize moving it to Labor Day weekend, sometimes that does interfere with College game day, and that's a big deal around here. I got my black and gold on here this morning, but yeah, hopefully the Hawkeyes can take care of business early, and and you don't feel keep that clock. With the new clock rules in college football, they'll keep that clock moving like Kirk Ferentz always wants them to have, and you still have time to make it to Oskaloosa for some great music.
All right. Well, Wendell Campbell, thank you for joining me this morning here on Steve Shetler Media, the Morning Wake Up. Again, it's Mac Powell, Colton Dixon, tomorrow night, concert on the square in Oskaloosa. Wendell, thanks, and best of luck for tomorrow night.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Steve. You guys have a great weekend.
All right. We'll see you later. Again, that is Wendell Campbell. Thank you to Wendell for joining us. There is the graphic. You can see it right there. Mac Powell from Third Day. Colton Dixon from American Idol. Tomorrow night, 6 p.m. at the Concert on the Square in Oskaloosa. Again, we're continuing on here with the Morning Wake Up here on Steve Shetler Media. Let's bring up our ads there. And again, a nice day today. Looking for sunshine and a high around 84. It's about 10 after 7. I'm going to scoot over. We go from a guest on screen via phone. There we go. Bruce. We've got Bruce Hahn from the Sports Section Coaches Show. when Neil Crott was in here the other day, we had to get nice and close and best friendish. So you smell fresh, Bruce. You've showered this morning. I appreciate that. I have not. So
That's all right, Steve. I tell you, I was apprehensive after Neil was on here. It's like, I got to follow that guy in studio.
Yeah. Make sure you wipe that microphone off.
That's some
Neil was
pressure.
using it the other day. Bruce Hahn from the sports section. Hey, before we get to Bruce, let's bring up this graphic. Bruce, I'm so happy because I figured this graphic stuff out last night, and now we can have cool things like that on the screen. We've got our Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics Athlete of the Week. You can see it there on the screen as this was just posted here a few minutes ago on Steve Shetler Media, the Facebook page, as Evan Vidito of Sigourney Keota football. He had a big week last week, and according to our voters, I believe he got about 40% of the votes overall. Miles, what's Miles' last name?
Miles Grove.
Miles Grove of English Valleys finished second in the voting. But Evan, Sigourney Keota football, our first ever athlete of the week here on Steve Shetler Media. That brought to us by Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics. And we'll have a new poll coming up on Monday. And do keep in mind, coaches, fans, family, you can nominate your athlete, nominate and vote. If you want to get your nominations in, you can always message me here on Steve Shetler Media. You can email me at steveshetlermedia@gmail.com and nominate and vote for your athlete of the week. We're including as many area schools as we can right in the vicinity here. Sigourney, Keota, English Valleys, Tri-County, Pekin, Oskaloosa, North Mahaska, Ottumwa, and Cardinal. Those are kind of the schools that we're focusing on. Male and female athletes from all sports are eligible. Heck, even if a cheerleader or whoever is an athlete, does athletics in our listening area, nominate them, and then we'll make them part of the voting options on the poll that comes out on Monday for our Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics Athlete of the Week. Again, congratulations to Evan Vidito, our first ever Athlete of the Week. And that new poll will go out on Monday. Trying to get my... Why is this doing this, Bruce?
I didn't touch it, Steve.
See if this does the trick. There. Whoa, but we disappeared. Hey, there we go.
Hey, we're back.
All right, now we're working. So, Bruce, we've got football. I've got my Hawkeye jersey on, number 16. Which number 16 for the Hawkeyes do you think of when you see a Hawkeye 16 jersey?
Chuck Long.
Chuck, of course. That's who I always think. And then C.J. Beathard also had the number a few years ago. So some people remember C.J., but yeah, it'll always be Chuck to me.
Well, he's on that ring of fame up there at Kenning, so you kind of see it every time you go.
Yeah, do the little what was the play that he did with Michigan State? The end around?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
So there you go. Shout out to Chuck if you're watching this morning. Need to get Chuck on here and talk Hawkeye football. Let's see here. We've got football tonight. Sigourney Keota is playing
Mediapolis.
All right. Also known as Meepo.
Meepo at home in the Snake Pit.
Yeah. And kickoff is at what time?
7:30. There's a JV curtain raiser that starts at 4:45.
Okay.
Also tonight is Military Appreciation Night. I know Mr. Crawford has a few things planned for tonight. It'd be pretty cool. I know we've got a special guest coming in from out of town. They're going to do a presentation. So come on out to the stadium. It'll be a good night. Military Appreciation Night. Show all the military veterans, active duty service members your appreciation.
There you go.
It'll be a good night at the ball game.
Yeah, so there's the information for you right there on the screen. Bruce Hahn hanging out with me. Bruce, why do my graphics keep going away? This technology stuff. There we go. You just have to trick it sometimes.
Well, I have a weird electrical aura about me, so I either fix stuff or break stuff.
Oh,
so
so we got SK football tonight, and then tomorrow morning we'll be up bright and early for the sports section coaches show live from Brothers Market. Let's bring that graphic on. We'll have some area coaches. I know we're going to be actually Pekin heavy tomorrow.
Yes, we'll have the Mose connection coming up from Pekin. Gunnar Mose, who is a coach for their football team, and then Jordan Mose will be coming up to talk about Pekin's volleyball team.
I need to say this. Holy Moses!
That's a lot.
Thank you. The laughter is going throughout Southeast Iowa right now. Or the groans. I'm not sure. Probably the groans at my lame attempt at humor. Coach's show tomorrow. Who's our third for tomorrow?
Coach Jensen.
Coach, of course.
Coach Jensen's going to be up there talking about that win tonight.
Exactly. So we'll have a couple of Pekin coaches. We'll have Coach Jensen tomorrow on the sports section. Again, that is 8 o'clock if technology agrees with me tomorrow morning. Last week was something, Bruce, but we got it on the air.
There were some gremlins last week for sure.
And we'll be doing it tomorrow again, 8 to 8:30 at Brothers Market. Make sure you tune in or stop in. You know, I noticed we've done this for a couple of Saturday mornings at Brothers Market, and I've noticed that there are certain people that do their grocery shopping Saturday mornings during that time. I've seen a few of the same people come through and pick up their stuff. So maybe you want to make 8 to 8:30 your grocery shopping time at Brothers Market and see what the good deals are at Brothers. Now, after the sports section, I know you and Alan Sellers and me and my wife, we're going to be heading out immediately to Iowa City. What are you thinking for the Hawkeye game tomorrow?
I don't know. Kirk's been pretty quiet on McNamara, so I feel that he's going to start and play. I don't know that he'll play the whole game. I guess we'll see how it goes, but we should beat Utah State.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what our offense looks like this year with new quarterback, new receivers. So it'll be fun to watch. I know the Lions got more experience now. I know that was kind of a weak spot last year, so hopefully it starts good.
All right. So, again, Hawkeyes tomorrow midday. We'll start the morning with the sports section tomorrow morning. Let's bring that up once again. Sports section at Brothers Market. Again, downtown at Sigourney, Iowa. We'll have 3 coaches in, as we do every Saturday morning, with Bruce and Alan as our hosts. And that'll be tomorrow morning. Bruce, thanks for stopping by early this morning.
No problem. I just need to, in case Coach Jensen's watching, sorry about Nebraska last night. That was too bad.
Dang, another one.
Another one. They just couldn't handle it at the end.
Yeah, we don't laugh. We're not laughing at you. I guess we're just laughing.
Well, knowing Coach Jensen the way I do, we're laughing with him. I mean, because he's probably shaking his head also, going, how?
Yeah, exactly. Well, Sigourney Kyoto, good luck to the boys tonight. Good luck to Coach Jensen. And Bruce, thanks for stopping by on the Morning Wake Up here on Steve Shetler Media.
No problem, Steve.
All right.
We'll see you tomorrow morning.
Have a great rest of your day, and don't let my dogs bite your ankles on the way out. Hey, let's bring up our next graphic there.
Go Cobras.
Yes, thank you, Bruce. And also coming up later on today, this is a busy day. I haven't even gotten to my regular stuff yet. Busy day later on today. As you can see there, Tyler Richton and the High Bank Boys going to be my Iowa Music Showcase from 11:30 to noon at Barnwired in Sigourney. Get some lunch, get some coffee, get you something to drink, get you something to eat while watching me interview Tyler Richton and the High Bank Boys. That's 11:30 to noon later on today. That'll be fun. You know, I've interviewed Iowa country artists the last several years on Fridays, and now I'm going to be doing it live and in person, live in front of an audience, which will be a neat experience at Barnwired in Sigourney. 11:30 to noon. That'll be a weekly feature at Barnwired and here on Steve Shetler Media. So looking forward to seeing Tyler Richton and the High Bank Boys live 11:30 to noon. Maybe if we twist their arms enough, because I know there's going to be a few of the guys from the High Bank Boys. If we twist their arms, maybe they'll hang out during the noon hour for a little bit and play us some tunes there as well while you eat your lunch. So lots of going on today here on Steve Shetler Media. There we go. Also coming up later on today, We'll have our Tassel Ridge Winery video. That'll make its debut at 5 p.m. And, lots going on here on Steve Shetler Media this weekend. Let's jump in to some birthdays, as a few area birthdays I want to get to. If you ever have a birthday coming up, maybe you, your family, some friends, and you want me to mention them with their birthdays here on the Morning Wake Up, get those in at steveshetlermedia@gmail.com. Some birthdays for this first day of December. September, we've got Daniel Thatcher, also known as Daniel David. Look up Daniel David on Facebook. Give his music page a like. And his new album just came out today. It's streaming. So check that out from Daniel David. Nice birthday for him today. We've also got my cousin, who actually, I believe, lives down in Florida, Philip Shetler, celebrating his birthday today. Country artist Rick Monroe with a birthday today. Country artist Gordon Brown with a birthday. And Lori Tejon here in Sigourney, celebrating her birthday today. A couple of birthdays coming up tomorrow here in our area. Former newscaster on the radio here in Southeast Iowa, an old co-worker of mine, Gary Engel, celebrating his birthday tomorrow. And my friend Kirk Putman from around the Keota area, turning 42 tomorrow. So those are some of our area birthdays. Let's move on. We'll buzz through some of this stuff since we're kind of running long today anyway, but some celebrity birthdays today. Let me get this out of the way. We've got Lily Tomlin, famous actress and comedian. Lily Tomlin turning 84 today. I'm going to move my microphone over here. That'll make my life easier. Lily Tomlin with her birthday. We've got Barry Gibb. Staying alive. Barry Gibb, Bee Gees, turning 77 today. We've got Ed Podolak, former Iowa Hawkeye, former Kansas City Chief. Ed Podolak turns 76 today. So happy birthday to you, Ed. Go Hawks. Dr. Phil is 73. Gloria Estefan, she is turning 66 years old. And actress-singer Zendaya, am I saying that right? Zendaya? She turns 27 today. On this day in history, it was today back in 1422, King of England, Henry VI, he was crowned King of England at the age of 9 months on this date in history. It was today, 1961, U.S. minimum wage bumped to $1.15. It was bumped up to $1.15, 1961. Today is National Forgiveness Day. I forgive you. Let's see here. National Hotel Employee Day. National Burnt Ends Day. National Food Bank Day. National Lazy Moms Day. If you're a lazy mom, we celebrate you today. National No Rhyme, No Reason Day. National Chicken Boy Day. Chicken Boy? What is a chicken boy? National Chicken Boy Day and National College Colors Day. I did not go to Iowa, but I am a Hawkeye. This month, since we're into September, this month is All-American Breakfast Month, and it's also National Chicken Month, I guess, because it's Chicken Boy Day, it's Chicken Month, all sorts of fun stuff. Let's see, we talked about Nebraska football. They had a rough start last night, but it was a great time Wednesday night as Nebraska making history with volleyball. Over 92,000 fans in attendance to see Nebraska volleyball earlier this week. Now, moving on to the Farmer's Almanac, it predicts for winter's weather. Don't they always predict this for the Midwest, that the Midwest will get hit the hardest as usual, saying lots of snow, so we'll keep that in mind. Today's impossible question. Let's see. It's estimated that nearly 70% of retail items in stores have this in common. What is it? Let I'm trying to figure, it's impossible to me. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's estimated that nearly 70% of retail items in stores have this in common. It's that their price ends in the number 9. So they're getting it as close to that next dollar as possible. The retail items, most of them end in 9. Let's end with some weird news, and then we'll get out of here for this Friday. Weird news. This is a good Midwest story, and we're talking about Nebraska again. Around 10 a.m. the other day, Norfolk, Nebraska Police Division responded to a call that a man was driving eastbound on 275 with a Watusi bull in his passenger seat. So this guy's driving down the road in his truck with a bull in the passenger seat beside him. Now, the occupant of the vehicle was identified as Lee Meyer of Nebraska, a town called Neligh, Neligh. Now, the Watusi bull's name was Howdy Doody. So you got Lee, you got Howdy Doody. Now, the officer chose to write him a warning and ask him to take the animal back home and leave the city. Meyer and Howdy Doody, they went back home. No one was hurt. He got a warning. Weird news out of Nebraska. A guy in his bull in the truck going down the interstate. That is some strange stuff. That will do it. Let's wrap it up for the morning wake up here on Steve Shetler Media. Again, join me later on today, just a few hours away, 11:30 to noon. We'll have our Iowa Music Showcase. Tyler Richton and the High Bank Boys live and in person. We are so excited. Let's fill up Barnwired and Sigourney during the noon hour, a little bit before noon. If maybe push your lunch hour up to 11:30. 11:30, we'll start a live interview, some live music, in person, live right in front of you, 11:30 to noon at Barnwired and Sigourney. If you can't be there, you can see it live here on Steve Shetler Media for the Iowa Music Showcase. All right, that'll do it for this Friday morning. Today went a whole lot better than yesterday. And I think this might have been the best one so far this week. So we're learning as you go. Thanks for sticking with me as I figure out this video stuff. Totally appreciate all of our sponsors. You can see them rotating down there in the corner. And we look forward to doing this again next week. We will be live on Labor Day Monday morning. Jody Griner going to be visiting with me live on the morning wake up on Monday on Labor Day. So no holiday for me. We'll be hanging out back here Monday morning here on the Morning Wake Up. Hey, thanks for tuning in. We'll do this again soon. See ya.